When Paul Thomas Anderson was 7 years old, he is said to have written in a notebook, "My name is Paul Anderson. I want to be a writer, producer, director, special effects man. I know how to do everything, and I know everything. Please hire me." His words have proven prophetic. By the time he was 17 years old, he made a film short that a decade later became Boogie Nights. That 1997 film earned 3 Oscar nominations and catapulted him to fame. Today, he is credited with being at the forefront of a new generation of young auteur filmmakers breaking from Hollywood convention. His current film, Magnolia, continues in that tradition.
Take it on head first with the skills that I will teach you at work and say, "No! No! You will not control me. No! No! You will not take my soul. No! No! You will not win this game."
Magnolia has been named one of the top 10 films of 1999 by both Rolling Stone magazine and the Wall Street Journal. I am pleased to have the director back on this broadcast. Welcome back.
Thanks a lot.
What's this movie about?
None of us could figure it out, you know, and it wasn't like someone could figure it out and someone else didn't agree with it. It was really just well, it's too hard to describe, so let's just say here's who's in it, these are the characters, and, you know, I mean, I could probably go on forever about what it's about, but, you know, you'd hate me in the morning.
All right, well, I mean, what's interesting about this is, A, your skill, B, and B, you did say, you said you poured everything you wanted to say about this particular subject matter into this film.
Yeah.
What we have in this film, 8 stories, 9 characters, 2 dying men.
Yeah.
People who are affected by that death.
Yeah.
A nurse, a trophy wife. We have a sex guru, brilliantly played by Tom Cruise. We have a policeman. We have a cocaine addict. We have all these characters.
They're all there.
And their stories kind of connect.
Yeah.
She knew what I did. She knew all the fucking stupid things I'd done. But the love was stronger than anything you can think of.
I set out to write something really small and cheap after Boogie Nights. I wanted to just make a movie.
Small and cheap?
Yeah. I just figured the best thing to do here with all this sort of Boogie Nights stuff that was happening and sort of attention paid to me, it was really nice, but I thought I should do my job, you know, and my job is to just make movies. So I sat down and I started to write. And there was so much happening in my life at the time, and I was just going through so much. Sort of personal things, you know, that I just kept writing. I kept writing.
So this is the first shot of this movie that I think we should all unashamedly try and make a great movie. And don't apologize. Let's just try and make a really, really, really fantastic movie. Because there's no shame in that. Okay? Great. So we'll just do this.
But here's what else they say about you, is that they say in talking about you that you love your characters, and it's all on the screen, you know.
Yeah.
You're not too critical of these people. You just show who they are.
Yeah.
And that this is a director who loves these characters, or a writer who loves these characters, right?
Yeah, and I think it's true. But I think it comes from the fact that when I write movies, I write them for very specific actors, and these actors are my friends: John Riley, Philip Baker Hall.
All right, well, stop. Let's talk about that, because that's really interesting. John Riley plays a cop. All right, he was in Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
It's almost an ensemble.
Yeah.
But think about who you've got. I mean, you've got some of the hottest actors in the world in this movie. Start with Tom Cruise.
Okay.
How'd you get him?
He called me after he'd seen Boogie Nights, and that's the phone call from the President of the United States of movie land, you know? And because I wouldn't...
It doesn't get any bigger than that.
No, literally, it doesn't. You know, and what happened was, it was great, because I wouldn't have called him. I was a huge fan of his work, but it's that ungettable thing, you know, you just don't think, I'll never get Tom Cruise in my movie, so you just kind of think, well, maybe I should try and get somebody else. But he called me, he was a big fan of Boogie Nights, and so I was going to London to promote it, and I met him on the set of Eyes Wide Shut. The next day he calls and says, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm yours. Let's make it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but we spent 3 or 4 weeks really talking about, you know, sort of sniffing each other out, you know. I think he, you know, sort of, how do you like to work? How do you like to work? Okay, great, you know.
This is a long way from Mission Impossible.
Yes and no. I mean,
What's yes and what's no?
What's yes is the type of character, but no in that good acting is hard no matter what you're doing, and it's hard to make a movie and it's hard to act, so it's all challenging.
And it's really hard.